Hey guys, thank you so much for coming back. This is my first official video on the channel, Great Men's Colognes, and today I wanted to talk about what I'm calling my foundational fragrance. And I don't know if that's the right word. Worked for me, sounded good. There's some alliteration there, so we're good to go. But what this one is probably my favorite fragrance that I have. That's not to say that I wear it more than anything else, or that it's the one I reach for all the time, but it's one that really got me back into fragrances, and when I wear it, it brings back all kinds of memories of the first time I had it. So, by way of a little bit of background, in probably 2002 or so, I was in the military and I was living in Las Vegas, and I was into fragrances at the time, so I had a decent sized collection, or what was a decent sized collection for me back then, and I probably bought this one at a Sephora or maybe somewhere at a mall or something like that. But anyway, so that was when I first owned it, and I wore it quite a bit. I wore it out, you know, we did all kinds of stuff out there, all kinds of fun stuff, and I wore it a lot. So anytime I wear it now, it triggers memories. It brings me back to that time. So again, that's probably why it's one of my favorites, because it reminds me of a different time in my life. So enough talk. The fragrance is Pas pour Men by Givenchy. So I got reminded of this one when I was watching a Jeremy Fragrance video. That's right, a Jeremy Fragrance video. Not ashamed of it. I love that guy. I thought his videos were great, and he actually got me back into fragrances. But he was doing a video about fragrances that were going to go up in value because they were either discontinued or reformulated. And he mentioned this one specifically, so they've done a reformulation of this. And one way that you can tell the difference between the vintage and the new is that the Pi logo on the older ones is small here. On the new ones, it's real big. It's right in the middle of the bottle. But what I like about this fragrance especially is the note of benzoin. Hopefully I said that right. It's one of my favorites. I'm starting to find that that's a common note among fragrances that I really enjoy. So this one, to me, like, notes are a funny thing. So I can read them, I can listen to people talk about them, but I'd rather describe how this smells to me and what I get from it. So benzoin, the note itself, what it gives to me is like a sort of vanilla kind of scent. So this one, when it dries down on me, is powdery. It's kind of sweet, and it's got this vanilla. But the difference between benzoin and vanilla is that it's a little gritty, maybe. It's got an edge to it. It's like slightly dirty. It's a little sexier than vanilla. So it's got a little bit more character. So this one is great for close encounters. I don't know that it's that wonderful for hot weather. I've sort of put this one away for the summer. The amount that you can see that I've used from this bottle is probably over the course of 2 or 3 weeks in the spring when the weather was still cool, but we weren't quite hot enough. So anyway, yeah, this is one that really sparks memories of my fragrance journey, and it was one that I just had to go and get more of when I found out that it had been reformulated. So I managed to track down a few testers on eBay. You can tell it's a tester because we have some fun notes on there, and it came in a boring white box. But I highly recommend this one. If you can't find it anywhere, like, I think there's still some on eBay, but if you can't locate it, I know Hanny in Alexandria does a version of it, so I bought a bottle of that from him. I haven't used it yet, so I don't know exactly how it is, but if it's like the rest of his fragrances, it's going to be totally spot on. So there you have it, guys. I appreciate you watching. This is my foundational fragrance, we're calling it, Pas pour Men by Givenchy. So go ahead, like, comment, subscribe.